Let's make hot and crispy beef lumpia with an Ube Vodka martini. So, I have brisket trimmings from my last video and some lean beef here. The goal is going to be to make our custom ground beef setup with 75 to 25% meat to fat ratio. And with the power of editing, I have 2 bowls of beef right here. So I have 8 ounces of beef fat here, and then I have 30 ounces of meat over here. And that roughly works out to a 25 to 75% ratio. There's actually a little bit more meat than that, but the reason for that is because this is a brisket cut, and so the meat actually has a lot of fat inside of it. So I upped the meat content just a little bit, and I think on average it'll work itself out to a 75% meat, 25% fat. I put my meat grinder aside and I put any of the metal bits in the freezer because they need to be quite cold for the grinding. And so does this. So I'm gonna take the meat and the fat and I'm gonna put it on a baking sheet and I'm gonna really try to spread it out in one even layer. All right, with everything laid out, this is gonna go in the freezer for 1 hour to chill down. All right, with everything cold, let's get this started. All right, with a little bit of hand mixing to get it all well incorporated, that's what we have, and it looks pretty good. This is 2 pounds of beef. So the goal is gonna be 1 pound of this will go in the freezer that I'll use for anything else, and the other pound will go in the fridge for us to use tomorrow. And it's the next day. Here's what we got. So I got the pound of ground beef right here. I have equal parts minced onion and minced carrot. I have some spring onions. I have 1 clove of garlic, a big clove of garlic. 2 eggs, 1 for the ground beef, the other for egg wash for the lumpia wrappers. And then finally, so when I bought the lumpia wrappers, I bought it from this little tiny mom and pop out of the way, hole in the wall store. And when I got them, the guy was like, "Oh, you're making lumpia? Come to the back." So he took me to the back of the store, which was completely out of the way of everywhere else. And he was like, "You gotta use this." All right, enough talk. Let's go ahead and mix things up. Use my garlic press. There we go. Get all that garlic off. Carrot and onion. Spring onion. 1 egg. Mix this up. Add our powder. Now I'm gonna cook a small amount of this and I'm gonna try it and make sure the flavor's right. And if not, I'll adjust. All right, so it's a little bit too sweet, so I'm gonna add some soy sauce. Just a bit. Not a whole lot, that's enough. I'm gonna add some MSG. That's enough. And then a little bit more salt. All right, let's get into wrapping these things. So I have my lumpia papers that I've already separated. They're not very big. We're gonna see how many we can actually make with our ingredients. I'm not really sure. I've got 50 papers in total. I've got 25 already separated, so maybe we make more, maybe we make less, I'm not sure. But the goal is to just get a little bit of filling into the paper and kind of spread it out into the shape that it'll take. Then take this corner, fold it up, take this corner, fold it in, and I'm probably gonna mess this up. The shapes will get better as time goes on and I get more skilled with this. All right, I'm gonna pinch these 2 sides in so that I can really fold this in. All right, that's not so bad. And then once we get to about right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this egg wash that you see here, use my fingers, just kind of tap it, spread it on this edge, and then seal it up. Yeah, not the best shape, but I will get better. And then I'm gonna set that off to the side, and we're just gonna keep doing that until we run out. All right, so we're done, and we only made 17 lumpias. I'm actually surprised. I thought we were gonna get more. And I love how you can see the progression of me starting out not knowing what the hell I'm doing, and then kind of figuring out what I'm doing around here, and then overthinking it a bit here, and then finally ending it on here, being like, you know what, stop overthinking, just do it. I will say that I wish I'd gotten the larger pastry wrappers because the small ones have done okay, but the bigger ones would have given us longer lumpias and probably would have looked more traditional for sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and set the 4 ugliest ones aside because these we're gonna cook right now. The rest, we're gonna freeze them and then we're gonna save them for later when guests come over. All right, oil's hot, let's go ahead and cook these. With barely much time at all, these have definitely come up to temp. They look nice and golden on the outside. And there we have it, our 4 rolls of lumpia. While our lumpia is cooling, let's make our drink. So we're gonna get 1 cocktail shaker, fill it with ice cubes, 2 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of dry vermouth, 1/4 ounce of ube syrup. And I wanna give a quick shout out. I got this from Salamat Cookies, which is an independent company. I can't remember where they're based. I think they might be based in Wisconsin. They're great, this syrup is good. Support a local business and go buy from them. Actually, we're gonna use less than 1/4 ounce. Shake it. Pour into a chilled martini glass. And look at that, there you have that right there. Look how pretty that looks. All right, let's take a drink. Oh my God, oh my God. This is so good. It has just the right amount of ube flavor. It's almost creamy. I love this. All right, but let's actually get to some lumpia, huh? Perfect amount of savoriness and sweetness in this. This is amazing. I also got some banana sauce, so let's try it with that. Oh, that's perfect. That's so good. I love it. For this episode, I felt like I needed a second opinion, so I decided to invite my wonderful friends Thea and Kunhi over to try the lumpia. But first, let's pause. Even though these two are mic'd up, unfortunately, at the time of recording, their audio was going to nothing. Which means that the only audio I have on their side is the audio coming from the camera. And it's not... how do I put this? It's not good, but you can understand them. I felt super guilty about this, and if you stay tuned to this YouTube channel, you'll see another video where I bring them back and their audio is wonderful. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, all right, so what did you two bring?
So we brought May Ploy's sweet chili sauce to accompany this lovely batch of lumpia here.
Okay, and then there's also the banana ketchup, which you said you've never tried before.
I've never tried it before. We didn't have it in my house growing up. I don't think my parents liked it, so this will be my first time.
Okay, all right, well, just go ahead and dig in.
Nice. Take
Take one.
Do you want us to start without any sauce, or should?
Yeah, actually, that would be great, yeah. Hopefully it's not too hot. Now, as people who have probably eaten this more often than I do, honest opinion.
Great flavor. It's juicy, so you pulled this out at the perfect time.
It's not dry at all.
Let me try this banana ketchup.
And it's beef lumpia, so it's not pork, which I guess is more common to do on pork? Or does it matter? Or am I overthinking it?
When I grew up, all the lumpia was either going to be ground beef or it was going to be Shanghai lumpia, which is chicken and cabbage.
Okay.
It's kind of similar to what that was going to be, actually.
Oh, so is the other one just sweet and spicy?
It's not even spicy necessarily. Kind of like a sweet and sour kind of vibe. I
Okay.
guess. Sweet and sour chili sauce.
Okay.
My favorite part is because it's juicy on the inside and the outside's still crispy. You get that contrast, so you get like it crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, which is great.
Okay, now try. Who's gonna try? Are you gonna split it?
The
Yeah.
Ube
Yeah.
Martini.
Now this is what I'm probably most self-conscious about.
Ooh. There's definitely a sweetness in the drink, which I don't know would be present with just the pure liquor. The color's
Oh.
certainly there.
Kind of tastes vanilla-y a little bit. Because
Okay.
I feel like ube does kind of taste vanilla-y.
Yeah, I really enjoy that though. I could not drink more than one.
Martinis in general are pretty strong. I think what this feels like, so for me, I associate ube with creaminess too. So
Yeah.
I think like mentally that's kind of what makes it hard to identify this as ube.
Okay.
So like I get the sweetness and the vanilla-y, but I think mentally my head is like, but ube is supposed to be creamy and like, I don't know, like
Okay.
coconutty.
So I could tweak this a little more. Yay! I think that's it.
Nice.
But
Now I can eat like an animal.
Yes, you can. Let me turn this